Hi everyone and welcome to my next vlog. Now I done a poll vote on this one on my Instagram and the final results were to talk about biophilic design and what is it basically. I did ask my Instagram followers as well who actually knew what it was and how to implement it, and not many people knew. So I am hoping that this vlog is helpful and will hopefully inspire people to start using more biophilic designs in their homes. But the overall thing that I'm going to be talking about today is what is biophilic design and how and why should we start to implement it into our homes. We are seeing biophilic design being implemented into workplaces and offices currently. It's becoming more and more popular, but why should we just stop there? I think it should be used in hospitals, residential homes, retail, hospitality. The possibilities of this are quite endless and how we can incorporate nature more into design. So here is why we should start using biophilic design more in our homes. These are some statistics from research that I've done which has been gathered from various different resources. Implementing biophilic design either in the workplace or at home or in hospitals can have the following effects. It can reduce fatigue by 38%, it can reduce depression by 58%, anxiety and tension drops by 37%, you can see an increase in productivity by 18%, it increases your well-being by 13%. In regards to hospitality, guests are willing to pay up to 23% more. With education, increased learning rates of 20 to 25% and improved test results. In regards to retail, customers were indicated that they were willing to pay between 8 and 18 more for goods and services. In your homes, they can become more calming and relaxing. This can actually also have an effect on the overall price. We've seen an increase between 4 and 5% of the property. So how can you implement biophilic design into your homes? Before I really go into biophilic design, there are three main basic elements that you need to understand. Biophilia means love of nature. It focuses on human attraction to nature and the natural processes. It is also understanding the genetic connection between us as human beings and the natural world. Now into a little bit more complex stuff. There are 14 elements, or they're actually known as patterns of biophilic design. Now I'm not going to go through all 14 of these patterns. I'm just going to pick up on the ones that will most benefit us and how we can implement them into our homes during this difficult time. Number one is a visual connection to nature. So looking out of your window, a view of elements of nature, living systems and natural processes. So looking out of your window today, luckily I've actually got an outlook with trees and a big green field. Not all of you will have that, so it's a bit hard to implement that if you can't change what's outside your window, unfortunately. But it doesn't have to be in your home, so that even links to going out on your daily walk inside nature will make you feel better. Number two, thermal and airflow variability. This means slight changes in air temperature, relative humidity, airflow across the skin and surface temperatures that mimic natural environments. Number three, and this is my personal favourite, presence of water. A condition that enhances the experience of a place through seeing, hearing or touching water is so relaxing and calming to me, and I know a lot of people also listen to soundscapes of river or a stream, waterfall. I actually use that as my light routine to help relax me and calm me down. So I definitely know that the presence of water is a brilliant way to implement biophilic design, even if it's a small water feature in the garden. Number four, connection with natural systems. Now this means awareness of natural processes, especially seasonal and temporal changes, characteristics of a healthy ecosystem, to try and be more aware of the seasonal changes. Number five, material connection with nature. I picked up on this on my 12 tips to create a more relaxing and calming environment in your home. This is bringing in natural elements and materials through furniture or decor. So it's materials and elements from nature that have gone through minimal processing to reach their current state. So that means they're in their rawest form while still being a functional piece of furniture or decor. A great thing that you can do with the kids at the moment is on a daily walk, go into the woods if you're local to woods, pick up some sticks and twigs, and you can make brilliant decor pieces from what you find in the So some of you might be thinking, what the hell am I going on about? And that is absolutely fine. I'm still learning this as well, and it is a very, very in-depth field of design. And I would like to start implementing it more into my designs, but for the time being I've listed a few things in layman's terms. So if you can in your home, you should try and make improvements to optimization and organisation of spaces with a human focus, thermal comfort levels, so ideally have your rooms at a comfortable level but also open the windows so you let in fresher air, and especially if it's a day like today, the breeze will travel over your skin and it will bring you closer to nature. Air quality, toxin levels and ventilation, and I have have air purifying plants. I've got this one here and it's beautiful. It actually, the leaves open up and it follows the sun through my window. Now it doesn't like to be in direct sunlight or draft. It was on my windowsill for a time and it started to die, so I've currently moved it to a new location and it's doing very well. Going back to the list, acoustic comfort. When you're at home it might be hard to be in one room with your husband, boyfriend, kids in the other room. You hear their TV while you're trying to relax. You can block this out with just adding some nice curtains to it, some cushions. The more you fill up a room with items like this, it absorbs the sounds and it doesn't follow through different rooms. Improved natural and artificial lighting. So again, this is another tip that was in my top 12. As you can see here, I'm in my bedroom which has amazing natural light. If you haven't got access to natural light with big windows, try and get some floor lamps or table lamps and place them in areas that you use the most. Internal and external views onto nature. Looking out my window, I have trees and I have a field. Internal views, that is more relying on plants. You can also just take off a few branches. So this is off of a pine tree in my woods. I've literally just taken off a few, popped them in a bud vase and stick them around your home. It gives a lovely smell of fresh pine, a bit like Christmas, and it will really help bring the outside in. Going back to the list, the use of natural materials, textures, patterns and colours. I tend to draw a lot of colour palettes from nature landscapes anyway. Nature doesn't really get it wrong. There we have it. That was a quick intro into biophilic design, the benefits and how you could implement it into your homes. If any of you want more information on biophilic design, pop a comment down below and I will reply as soon as I can. I will probably be doing more vlogs on biophilic design. The more I learn, the more I want to share it with you guys anyway. I hope you've all enjoyed it and hopefully speak soon. Bye!